The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Quickly to the air is Wilson. And his first look is incomplete. This defense for the Titans, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
There's a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Wilson to throw. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Throwing is Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Titan football. First and 10 now. Willis and the Titans at the 40. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. Room here to run. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. This will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
Well, folks, the run to history is on. Certainly something the whole NFL is watching. He is in sight of Emmitt Smith's all-time rushing record of 18,355 yards.
How about this? Still in the first half, man. All right, so there's a lot of ball left to be played. Here's the problem I'm going to have. I don't want to violate the rules of being an analyst. It's your call to make, but you're going to need a seatbelt to hold me down when he makes that carry that looks like it's going to break the record.
Don't leave your couch. It's coming. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down and a 21-yard gain.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Titans put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. First carry now for the LSU alum, Ty Davis-Price. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. The Jets now at 2 and 5 to start play. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it, and that's what they're trying to get done here.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and that's a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
Davis-Price will try to pick it up. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. They'll try and run for it. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in 1st place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that 1st round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
They keep it with Henry on 1st down. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. 41 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and are controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You talking about the little guy back
Tiny.
there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
First down, Titans, gain of 12. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 10 more there and another 1st down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Willis back to the air on 2nd and 10. Being chased out left. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Titans have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Oh, a design run for their wideout. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Wilson. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Now Willis on 1st and 10. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. So that potentially an important takeaway here in this 2nd quarter.
Because what it does is give their offense a chance to put a drive together. They've got nothing on the scoreboard so far, so you have to think that they need something before the break. And now they have an opportunity.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Wilson. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Well, throw on 1st down with Wilson. And this one's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. A.J. Epinesa, the one credited for the sack. When you're down a couple of scores like this, CD, you can't afford too many plays that go in the wrong direction like that one.
Yeah, when you take a good look at it broadly, sacks are better than giving up an interception. But where they are on the scoreboard, they've got to get rid of all of that and just create positive plays for themselves in order to have a chance.
So a couple of 1st downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
So holding on the return, and that's going to back him up to start the drive.
He was trying to get the job done correctly, just trying to clear a little space for his returner. Ended up getting a little too much jersey and hooked the guy, hence the flag.
Ready, set.
Moore, the man in motion.
Warrior 17, Panther Street, Panther Street.
Now Willis on 1st and 10. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. From his end zone, Willis. And that is caught. Hits Ridley. He's got room past the 30. Down the left sideline. And he will finally be escorted out of bounds down inside the 35. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Willis now off of play action. Steps away. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Off the play fake, here's Willis. Rolling to his left. He completes it to Ridley. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The Titans efficient passing on this drive. There's another first down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This will go to Henry out wide. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that will bring up 2nd down. Willis now off play action. He'll buy some time right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Martin, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Off the left upright, and it caroms away, no good. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0 as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. From the 6. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Inside handoff, Henry. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
This is Grant. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They go back to Grant. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Willis on 3rd and 1.
Escaping the pressure right. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. On now is the Titans punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Amazing, perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points. Well, struggles continue. Open targets, and he keeps missing them, pressing way too much. He may have a big arm, but until he learns how to harness it and have some touch, he's going to continue to struggle.
Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Now it's Wilson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. To throw is Wilson. And it's a fumble. And it'll be 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just... I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. Following the fumble recovery, Willis. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Elijah Moore, his 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Titans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and it's now 21-0. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. It's picked up by the Titans. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Following the fumble recovery, Willis forced out to his left. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted.
Sauce Gardner picks it off. And he'll be taken down, although there is a flag down. Will this stand? Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10.
At the 20.
Patterson running between the tackles. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Here's Wilson.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
Got a man. It's Patterson complete. But he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the...
And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead, out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Throwing on 2nd and long.
Willis.
Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Call that a gain of 38. A big march forward on the 3rd down conversion.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. You won't see me in your line, son. 79 Broncos. 56.
Willis looks to pass it here.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me an option of running play action, maybe throwing it.
So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to 2nd and goal. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Derrick Henry with his 14th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes the score 28-0. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. A leap, and he's got it. He got it.
And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback?
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer.
Handoff right side, Davis Price.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
The Jets on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Going for it. Here's Davis Price.
And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. A good effort there, 9 yards, but it's going to leave him looking at a 4th and 1.
Some good strong running right there, some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
Giving to the big tight end on 4th. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Punching it in from a yard away.
And the Jets are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter.
Extra point forthcoming. He's got it to bring it back to 28-7 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the fourth quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
And this is going to be a Titans first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And some space here. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry. His second touchdown of the game, 17th on the year.
And the Titans add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5.
And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
On first down, Wilson.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
This one fielded at the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the fourth quarter. Just rely more on the passing attack.
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. Wilson.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't doesn't work, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Well, that's the fourth time that they've tried to go for it on fourth down. They've only converted once, Charles.
And obviously not a good percentage. And if you're going to go for it on fourth down, you think that you've got the right play dialed up. You can't be stopped. Your momentum's going to keep going. But 1 for 4, that tells you that you need to look at things in a different way, and you need to tip your cap to the defense. They've done a great job.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Sly on for the extra point.
Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. And he'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up past the 40-yard line.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
Drive begins with a carry by Davis Price.
And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. 2 yards the loss there. Now 3rd and 14.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for New York. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
It certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted, so they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. Moore, the man in motion. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On 3rd down, Henry. And they'll bring him down 1 yard shy after a pickup of 4. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. On now is the Titans punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time.
But as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance.